Assalamu alaikum, welcome to YouTube channel Importance of Sports. Hope you all doing well, so let's have a go. Today we shall discuss about the muscular fitness. Muscles. The primary means of motion is known as the muscles, working in a combination with the skeleton systems in the nervous system. Movement occurs when a nerve stimulates muscles to contract. Muscle fiber shortens and pulls on attached bones to produce the movement. Now here is the muscles contraction, sliding filament model. If sufficient energy is present, cross bridges are formed and the myosin pulls the actin toward the center, thereby they shorten the sarcomere and muscle fiber itself. Here is the skeleton muscle fiber type. Skeleton fibers can be divided into categories based on how quickly they contract. Slow twitch muscle fiber, also called the slow oxidative or type 1 muscle fiber. As the name implies, slow twitcher fibers contract more slowly than fast twitch fibers. They have lower force outputs but are more efficient and fatigue resistant than fast. Though now the fast twitch muscle fibers or the type 2 muscle fibers are further subdivided into the fast glycolytic and the fast oxidative glycolytic fibers. So let's move on further. Muscle fiber types. The chart is similar to the following timetable compares the three types of muscle fiber using the relative terms low, medium and high. Speed of contraction, force capacity, fatigue resistance, mitochondrial contact, size, efficiency, aerobic capacity and anaerobic capacity. Now we shall discuss about livers in the body. In a third class liver, the motive force has a short liver arm and the resistance has a long liver arm. Motive force muscles are at the mechanical disadvantage. Muscles typically attach near the joint, creating a short liver arm, and as a result, it requires relative high forces to lift even small weight. Now the application to training. Assuming a client is lifting the same amount of weight, he or she can create more resistance by moving the weight further from the working joint or less resistant by moving it closer to the working joint. Now there's questions about the muscle actions, how they are actions muscles, concentric contractions and the eccentric contractions. Now first we shall discuss about the concentric contractions. Muscles act as the motive force and shorten as it creates tension. Motion is created by the muscle contractions. Eccentric contractions, muscle act as a resistive force and lengthens as it creates the tension. External force exceeds the contractive force generated by the muscle. Motion is controlled, slowed by the muscle contraction. Now when moving further, delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS. Research suggests DOMS is caused by the tissue injury from the excessive mechanical force, particularly eccentric force, exerted on the muscles and connective tissue. Generally appear 24 to 48 hours after strenuous exercise, means hard exercise. Attempt to reduce the DOMS by starting at a low intensity and progressing slowly through the first few weeks while minimizing the eccentric actions. Now here is the components of the muscular fitness, which involve the strength, power, endurance, reaction time, quickness, speed, balance, flexibility and agility. Now we shall discuss each and every strength in detail. Maximum force that can be exerted in a single effort is strength. Priority in sports that require a weight put object to be lifted, carried or thrown, directly related to muscle cross-sectional area. Resistance training can increase the number of fibers recruited for work. Power. Rate of doing work is power. Relationship of strength and velocity. Usually the shorter the duration of activity, the greater the power needed. Now here is the muscle endurance, the ability to sustain submax contractions. Muscular power, ability to repeatedly perform a skill that with adequate speed. Now here is the reaction time, quickness, speed. Reaction time, time elapsed from the stimulus until the movement starts. Now what is the quickness? Reaction time plus the power of the initial movement. Now with the speed, final velocity attained is known as the speed. Balance. Balance, we shall discuss about the dynamic and static. Dynamic ability to maintain equilibrium during the vigorous movements and static ability to maintain equilibrium in a stationary position. Now what is a task specific? It needs to practice specific balance needed. Flexibility, range of motion through which joints are able to move, influenced by joint design, tendons, muscles and ligaments, gender, habitual use and scratching. Sport-specific athletes should have slightly more range of motion than their sport requires. Flexibility can sacrifice joint stability. For most sports, a moderate degree of flexibility is adequate. Now we shall discuss about the agility. Agility to change speed and direction rapidly with the precision. Practicing movements enhance agility. Learning movements reduce the cognitive processing time. Training specific muscle fiber develops the power specific to skill. I have to end my lecture here. If you like the video, kindly subscribe and share. Stay tuned with us. Allah Hafiz.